police. True Opinion Podcast.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to this episode of the True Opinion Podcast. I'm your host, Adontaus. So, the question posed to a woman is, would you rather meet a bear in the woods that wanted to kill you or a man in the woods? I think that's how it went. And of course, most women said, bitch, give me a bear. I'm going to wet his ass out. No. Nah, I'm gonna wear his ass out. But, most women chose a bear. And this sent a large majority of the penis holders into a spiral. They were so mad and angry and yelling and in all caps and going back and forth with women on the internet, which I really hate men arguing with women. I don't like that. But anyways, there's a lot of videos, a lot of discourse, a lot of people more eloquently expressing why women felt like that and giving examples and, talking about their personal trauma and history and things men have done to them. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But I want to say this. So maybe a couple weeks ago, we watched a movie, a show. I don't know. But it was this man. He was in Wolf Creek. And if y'all seen it, I don't know if it was the movie one or the show one. Whatever. This man was in the Australian outback, spoiler alerts, murking everything moving, killing whole families, just coming up upon people and just killing them in horrific ways, just like suddenly like hanging them and just shooting them in the face. And he was an elite predator, you know? And these people from different countries are just camping, just like having a motherfucking walkabout or whatever. And if they happen upon this man, they are dead, right? So I have not been able to get that out of my head. Like this man was, and I know it's a movie, but I'm like, this man was a predator. He just was disappearing whole families. People go on vacation and never heard from again without a trace. So many people because of one man, And that's like so when we come back to the man and the bear again, I don't understand why men are so mad that women say bear. And so then also like I just want to know like, there are plenty of serial killers that targeted men. And some who they didn't care if they was gay or not. You know what I'm saying? Killed them in horrific ways, tortured them. Freaking Randy Kraft, read about what he did. Disgusting, gross. All his victims were men. Dean Coral, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, Bob Bordella. We know men have the capacity to do horrible, evil things. And now, like, the point of me saying what I just said was because they don't even just do it to women. There are some that prey on men exclusively, and some just like that imaginary killer who it's a real dude. Is it Ivan Milat? I don't know. It's somebody down in Australia who like for real be killing people like this. You know what I'm saying? Men and women. So I want to ask men, if y'all had the choice between meeting a bear in the woods and a man in the woods, what would you pick? And like, be honest. Be honest. And now I can't say for sure what y'all gonna say because I'm not a man. I'm posing this to men. But let me tell you what I think about it. I think that most of you would say, I'm gonna choose a man because most of you are gonna be delusional enough to think that like, I'll fight anybody, I'll beat them up. Some of you got them hands and could defend yourself one-on-one in a fight and probably make it out. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all like, listen, don't be posing scenarios like, yeah, if I'm in the woods and I got my guys with me and I got my strap on me and oh yeah, of course I don't care. I'd rather see another motherfucker in the woods than a bear. Cause then of course you know you about to win. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about you are, here we go. Set the scene. It's about 7 o'clock on a nice summer evening, and your car breaks down on the side of like a rural road, right? It's 7 o'clock, so it's still light outside, but you're gonna lose the light soon. Okay. So your car breaks down and nobody's coming along. You got some cell phone service. Triple A is like, yo, you in the middle of nowhere, bro. It's gonna be like 2.5, maybe 3 hours. You look on your GPS and it's like, hey, it's a gas station. If you take this trail through here, you know, it's a gas station. You can get to 2 miles, 2 mile walk. Go get you some gas or go get you some help or whatever. Come back to your car. It'll be faster than waiting for AAA. So you take this path. It's a walking path. It cuts through the woods. It's a path. It's a fucking, you know, you're supposed to walk on it. It's cemented. It got a yellow line on it. Looks like people probably frequent it. By the time you start walking, now you starting to lose the light. It's getting kind of dusky, right? Okay, cool. You walking, you walking. You got your cell phone. You watching some videos and shit. Everything is cool. It's just you in the woods wearing some shorts, some slides, a t-shirt. You got your phone and your car key. That's it. You walk in this path. And up ahead, you see a man. You know, maybe he slightly bigger than you or whatever. You don't know, but you see a man. And so you keep walking because man, another man, whatever. Like, okay, yeah, man, how you doing? Then like this man get weird, and he started following you. Or this man follows in beside you and starts talking, and then like the talking get like a little weird and stuff, and you just like, yo, I don't this dude weird. I don't know, I don't like this. Like you just, what you gonna do? How would you feel? Would you run? Would you hit him? Would you try to get aggressive first? This is an uncomfortable situation that you're in. You're a man. What would you do? So let's say you, hey, nah, I ain't with all that weird shit. Like, go on, get away from me. Gone, gone. And so now he's getting aggressive and he pulls out a knife. And before you know it, now you in the fight of your motherfucking life in these woods. And you die. Because this man is just a crazy woods man. And he just, you know, you saw him on a path and he just decided to attack you. Does that sound far-fetched? Does that sound like that couldn't happen to you? That happens to women all the time. You could just be minding your fucking business, walking along, and all of a sudden, because somebody decides, you're in for the fight of your life. Or it could be not be that serious, but you could be verbally assaulted. You can be harassed. You can be followed. You can have something thrown at you. You can be hit with an object. You could be hit with a fist. You know what I'm saying? You can be assaulted. Like this is how women feel. That were you thinking, you know, you take this well-lit path, you're a man, if you encounter somebody, it shouldn't be a problem. Women would love to feel like, and I you know, honestly, excuse me, that was terrible. Honestly, for the most part, I think I can't say that. I don't know. I was gonna say I think for the most part, women probably feel safe when they go out. And then I stopped myself because I realized if even for me, that's not a true statement. I always think about when I'm leaving the house alone, like where I'm going, what kind of danger could be there, how I would react. And maybe that's my anxiety acting up, and maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. But, it's always a thought in my head or of, am I going somewhere where I feel like I have at least a relative expectation of safety at this place I'm going to? Is it a known place? Have I been here before and there has not been a problem? That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And if it's ever a time when I feel like that's not the case, then somebody has to come with me. You know what I'm saying? But men, I think a lot of y'all take for granted that you walk out into spaces, you go to places, you will walk down a path in the woods, and you always really expect you'll be okay. I'm not talking about shut up. I'm not talking about going into fucking places are pew pew war zones and shit like that. I'm not talking about the dangers of living in the trenches, nothing like that. I'm talking about you don't have the same fear, and you don't have the same thought processes that women have to have before we even leave the house. So again, I'm going to ask y'all, would you prefer a bear or would you prefer a man? And some of y'all still going to say, I prefer a man, because you feel like you can fight a man off. But now think about this. If there were a situation where there were only men in the world, think about it. Only men. Or if you want to think more in a real life situation, if you somebody who ain't never been to jail before, ain't never been in trouble, and all of a sudden you are thrown into a jail environment. You're thrown into jail. You're thrown into prison where you are around all men. How comfortable are you? What kind of fears do you have? How does, what you feel your level of safety is, how does it change? And how do you adapt to that? You know, some people probably would even still feel they'd be fine in prison. I wouldn't like it, but I'd be fine. I don't know. This, honestly, this is probably the difficult for me to talk to because I don't know how men think because y'all are nonsensical. Even, you know, given scenarios and situations like this, you'll even still lie and be like, oh no, I'm gonna do this, or no, I would do that, or you know what I'm saying? It's just understand the whole point that I am trying to get you to or get you to understand is that men are dangerous. Not all men, of course, you idiots. But a lot of them pose a big enough threat to not only women, but also to men that you would have to admit that, for real, admit there are places and spaces that you don't go to as a man because niggas be there wilding. And yeah, it is, but because and it's not because you don't want to deal with it. Go back and listen to the episode right before this when I said it's more than two emotions than anger and horny ain't even an emotion. What you're feeling, sir, is fear. You're scared. And it's okay to be scared. I know society has drilled into you and taught you that men ain't scared of nothing. Ain't scared of nothing. I ain't scared of no other man, and all this and that, this and the third, all this machismo but it is really unreasonable to think that every man in now I'm just gonna keep coughing. It's gonna get on my nerves. But for real, it is unreasonable to think that every man is super brave. Every man is about it. Every man is ready to throw hands. It's a lot that's scared of those situations, that's scared of being confronted by other men. And guess what? It's okay. Men are scary. It's scary to be in scary situations. And if you are scared of being put in a scary situation where you may be beat up or killed or even forced to defend yourself and have to then like maybe beat up or kill somebody else, and now you have to deal with law enforcement, and like if you think like I'm scared of this shit, that ain't me. It's fine. It's fine. It's really okay. Like, the jig is up. We know you scared. You know how we know you scared? Because we're scared too. You know? But what you can't do is like pretend like we don't have a reason to be scared when you know that you are also afraid. You know? And I will say, like, we know that y'all are afraid because of all the caveats you put on whether or not you're going to protect a woman. You know, you say, like, it'll start out with, like, yeah, I protect a woman. You know, you don't put your hands on a woman. And then it goes to, well, she got to be like my girl. And then it got to be like, man, she got to be my wife or my like mom or my sister. And then it's like, well, I mean, where was she at? What was she doing? Did she say something to him first? Like, see, that's the problem with women because they be out here popping off and then you got to come in. Oh, so no, sir, just say you're scared. Just say you're scared. And also let the woman that you are messing with know, excuse me, baby, I'm scared. So it's places we need to stay away from. I know, babe, like you pop off and stuff or whatever. We're gonna keep it cool, calm, and collected while we're out. You know what I'm saying, babe? We're gonna go out. We're gonna have a nice time. We're not gonna get into it. I mean, you don't have to give her like the pep talk, or maybe you do, but some way, somehow, with your words, you have to let this woman know, listen, I am not about that life. I'm scared of these niggas too. So we gonna stay away from them. We gonna stay away from confrontation or whatever. But, but there are ways that you let us know you're scared. Like I said, by putting all the conditions on whether or not you'll protect us. But then also by like putting your hands on a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, being super controlling about what she wears or whatever, or where she goes, because if she is wearing something that is provocative and another man hits on her, you don't want to be in a position to have to say something because you're scared. So what you do is you just beat the shit out of her so she don't wear stuff like that. Or you cut her clothes up, or you make her feel bad about herself, or you tell her that, something's wrong with her if she wants to dress like that and she has a man. Again, you like deflect instead of just saying like, I'm scared of having to get into a confrontation with another man. You deflected onto her. So, I mean, like I said, which would you choose, a bear or a man? Some of y'all are still saying a man. I know some of y'all are still saying a man. You still don't want to meet a wild animal in the woods. You want to meet a man in the woods because you feel like you will be able to get out of that situation. Okay. I feel like you're lying. And I mean, I guess like, okay, nobody wants to be in the woods and be confronted by anything, a bear or a man. Like, yes, meeting a bear in the woods would be fucking terrifying for anybody. And I know that the arguments that women had were just like, one, if a bear is just only going to kill you, like he's going to kill you, he's going to eat you because that is what bears do. There we go. The bear is not going to torture you for hours first. He's not going to play with your lady parts. He's not going to fucking cut out your uterus and chew on it and do no weird shit like that. You know, he's just going to kill you. It's probably going to be quick, or it may be painful for a little bit. It may be quick. You know, also, there's a chance, there's some videos that I've seen lately, and then people talking that like sometimes like a bear, like if it's not hungry or you're not threatening or whatever, it may ignore you. It won't attack. Like there's a chance you could just go through it, go through that experience completely unscathed. you know Women have also said, one thing that has been repeated was like, well, at least if I'm attacked by a bear, people will believe me. And that is extremely heartbreaking. And men, especially, you need to listen to that, because what that is saying is that, yeah, if I met a man in the woods, like he could rape me and I can get away and I could tell somebody. And even if they catch this man, it was just me and him in the woods. He could say, I gave it to him, that it was consensual. There was no rape. And there will be these mouth breathing, knuckle dragging, knuckle heads debating this across the country. Like, yeah, she just mad, but she upset now because she was married and she fucking came on this man and she gave it to him. Now she gonna try to cry rape. Who does that? What's wrong with y'all? What world do we live in? Who do that? You know where that happens at? In pornography. You know where that happens at? Not in real life. What do you think? Like, women ain't that hard up. And why you think like I'm just walking in the woods and I would want to decide to drop my pants with a stranger and have sex up against a tree, or risk getting poison ivy up my asshole doing it on the ground or something? Because I just could not resist this stranger. But now I'm so embarrassed and I cheated on my husband. So I just want to make up a story that this stranger that just so happened to be in the woods that I just made love to just because I'm just so insatiable that he raped me. That is stupid. That is fucking stupidity. And it don't happen. You know what I'm saying? But a woman would be made to have to defend herself. Will have her life turned upside down, her sexual history examined. The internet people gonna go and hunt down every picture. Oh, she wore a bikini 3 years ago. Yep, she was asking for it. Come on. Like, this is what women have to go through, and this is what women deal with. And then you guys will counter with well, what about the men who are wrongly accused? We're not talking about that. Shut up. And stop trying to get your what about in. This is not for you to go back and forth or try to be right. It's for you to listen and to develop some empathy. It is for you to listen and understand what it is like to be a member of the opposite sex and be afraid of the very people that you are supposed to be trying to meet and commit with and procreate with. It's fucking terrifying. Y'all are scary. Shit. And then even when you get into a relationship, there's no guarantee for a woman that she's going to be safe from even her partner. You would think you marry somebody who won't hit you, who won't be abusive. Of course, nobody goes. I'm not gonna say nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gets into a relationship initially like, yo, I can't wait for him to start beating my ass. That's when shit's gonna get exciting. No, no, nobody's looking for that. And the way it happens is so like insidiously slow over time. It's a whole method and shit. And then you look up and you're fucking out of the frying pan and into the fire. And you never even know your ass was being seasoned up. You know? So, men, again, Who would you rather see in the woods, a man or a bear? Y'all still saying man, ain't you? I know it. I know it. Y'all still saying man, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Okay, well now I want you to think about your friend group. Or not only just your friend group. Think about all the niggas you know. The ones you've met. But, I don't know. Is there any one of them that you definitely, it was just like, this nigga is no good. This guy is terrible. This guy, like, is it any one or two or three or 10 of them that you wouldn't want a woman that you know to just so happen to meet in the woods? Or just so happen to meet in a dark alley, in a dark parking garage? And this is somebody you know. You wouldn't want your sister around, your mother around, your daughter around. You know somebody like that? And if you saying, yeah, sit down. Because why the hell you know somebody like that? Why are you friends with somebody who you would not trust around the women in your life for whatever reason? Why are you friends with him? Because birds of a feather flock together. And that is why y'all so hard defend like men when we talk about the heinous things that they do. Because either you are like that or you know somebody like that. So you want to defend and you want to think, oh no, I'm sure they had good. Oh no. See, no, no. You know a bad person and you probably have facilitated their bad behavior and ain't said nothing to them. Like if you are a friend, you have a great responsibility. And it's not just if you like a real friend, a best friend, like I'm going to be there with you type friend, like, there are levels to friendship. You got your friendship, your people who you may travel with, y'all good travel buddies. I don't need to explain friendship to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But if you are a close friend of somebody, you have a responsibility to tell that person when they are being shitty. To tell that person when like the things they're doing aren't right, when their mindsets are dangerous. If your homie wanted to fucking go get his AR-15 and go be with them folks on January 6th, you would be like, man, what the fuck is you talking about? If you don't sit your black dumb ass down and shut up, you're not gonna go out there. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like if you see a buddy like very blatantly getting ready to do something so like stupid and contrary, and what are you talking about, bro? You gonna say something. So if you see him harassing a woman, if you know that he intends to sexually assault someone, if he intends to drug somebody, if he is a woman beater, if he is a child abuser, if he is a bad person in any one of those ways, and you never say nothing, you're not being a good friend. You're not. Even if you may, and because, hey, guess what? Maybe you're scared. Maybe you're even scared of your friend. He beats up on this girl so bad. You seen him buck up in front of the niggas or whatever. Maybe you're scared of him. So you don't want to say anything. Or maybe you're just scared to lose his friendship. Maybe you're scared to not look like a real man. Like where in the teaching of a man is it that you can't say nothing to another man? That sounds like some coward shit to me. I don't know. Where y'all hear that at? Cause it's kind of like you be like, no, is that supposed to be bro code? Cause it's not. That's coward ass bullshit. Like what you scared to talk for to another man, especially if this your friend, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your daddy. What you scared for? And that's not me ridiculing you for being afraid, because there's nothing wrong with being afraid. But you got to admit it. You got to admit it and you got to act accordingly. If you got a friend that engages in behavior that you don't like, but you scared for whatever reason, you gonna have to stop being friends with him. If that behavior bothers you. Now, if it doesn't, then that just means you like him. And not like you like him like, oh, I like him, but like him like y'all are alike. You know what I'm saying? So, bear or man, fellas, who would you want to see in the woods? But I will tell you, I saw a TikTok from a white gentleman who was an older white gentleman. And he was talking about how like him and his buddies be in the woods and stuff. I don't know what he was saying they do. Like they weirdos in the woods. But anyway, they had went separate ways or they got split up or something. And he said he came up to like this fence. Maybe it was somebody's property. But he saw a man and he said he instantly froze. So he's like, listen, I done been walking in the woods and accidentally walked up on a bobcat. This type of animal. Some, very scary wild animal where he has, had close calls with. But he said he ain't never been more scared than when he saw that man. And they didn't say anything to each other. They just stared at each other. The man kind of followed him, shadowed him for a while. And he said, I let him know I had, his pew pew on him. He let the man know, like kind of showed, and they just kept watching each other. And, he walked on off in the woods. And he's like, but he was afraid. And he been walking, and he's an experienced wood walker, honey. And he is afraid when he saw that man in the woods. It's another dude. Talking about him and his wife live like in like a cabin type, like a off the beaten path, don't come to my house type of place, And he said, we have bears on our porch all the time. All the time. Bears come up right up on their porch. And that's fine. One night, a man showed up on his porch and he was scared as hell. Because what are you doing out here, sir? Exactly. The bears live here. What are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere showing up at my house? So, finally, again, I'm going to ask y'all, men, what you rather run up on? A man or a bear in the woods? What's your choice? Like, be honest. Be honest with yourself. And if you real honest with yourself and you say bear, then please have some empathy for women. Please. Like, stop being an asshole and participating in these stupid conversations. Okay? Because that is unproductive. And you really just show the type of person that you are, and nobody likes it. Everybody looks at you and holds their noses up because that's gross. So stop doing it. Okay? All right. That's it, y'all. Talk to you next time. Bye, y'all.